green for our next league. This deck seems solid. Just gonna see how this compares to Jund. Big upside over Jund. We get better mana, less painful mana. Good with our Dark Confidants. We get Field of Ruins, which are really nice things to be able to fit into the mana base. We're also not running these Leylines, which lots of Jund decks aren't, and lots of black-green decks are. I don't know exactly why black-green pilots are playing these a lot and Jund pilots aren't, but they seem nice against the Dredge Menace, so... Alright, Hissing Quagmire hurting a bit here, but this hand is very nice. I do remember that shot. I'm looking at making fun of myself for exactly that reason, very imminently. Oh my gosh. Blue Moon and Mono Red Hollowed Phoenix. I just don't like the Hollowed Phoenix deck very much at all. I don't know, its nut draws are absurd, but it's like average draws. I've not been very happy with. I'm sure I'm gonna feel really stupid when the deck breaks out at the GPs and just breaks the format somehow, but for the time being I've been pretty unimpressed with it anyway. Right, I want to make sure I hit my land drop next turn, so I guess I'm just running out Bob. Help dig for lands. And then we can try and do 2 spells in a turn next turn. Ideally hit a Verdant Catacombs, so we can go push your free drop, Brutality, your elf, look at your hand. Something like that. Ooh, it's humans. Oh, they're playing Violess Humans with Cocos. That makes sense. Come on, land, please. Please land, please land, please land. Thank you. So got another Fatal Push. So good for us. Alright, so we don't need a second Bob, so I can go 2 modes. Look for a Coco. Get rid of the Bob. Oh, I guess I could Thoughtseize first, huh? And check whether I want to kick this. Wow, alright. Deal. Take 1 Coco. So I can either Fatal Push the Elf, or I can Thoughtseize the Coco. Kind of like Fatal Pushing the Elf. Sequence poorly, get rewarded, indeed. The elf doesn't matter a ton. That's fair. I'm kind of thinking that if we push the elf and we hit a land, we get to go push plus Lily, which is something. I think I agree that I think we just want to take the Coco. Just ensure we don't have to. Oh no, I think yeah, we want to take the Coco, ensure that our land isn't a problem. Taking some damage here is gonna be pretty sad with our Bob in play, but I think I'm gonna offer the trade at this point. I don't think they're gonna block. I'm not interested in blocking with Bob, because they're gonna grow the champion anyway, and I don't think they block, because then yeah. I'm pretty sure they don't block here. If they do block, I think that's fine. Yeah, the elf makes Liliana a bit worse, but I think Liliana's still going to be fine for us. Dark Confidant. Alright. Come on, Bob. Bob's doing work, jeez. Yeah, now we can push the scary cards. I agree. I agree. You're correct, Shop. You are completely correct. Kill Bobbert. And yes, I'm still attacking. So we get to draw another card that way. Oh, you think I hold back to block the elf? I think I want like one more card off my bob. Most likely. I still don't feel like I'm far enough ahead to hold back. Alright, let's just kill the champion. Save ourselves some life here. Oh, that's fair. I could take down a land with the field. What am I doing here? I could go Liliana plus. It's like honestly not terrible. Get the final card from their hand. Since it might be a Coco. At the very least, it's something like they haven't had the opportunity to cast yet. Yeah, the Quagmire gets to try and protect Lily, which is nice. Discarding the Catacombs makes a Tracker worse, but I think a Tracker is going to be so good, I don't really mind. Now Liliana's going to soak up some damage. Yeah, hit their Spell Queller. They're playing Spell Queller humans, which is kind of wild. Not seen that before. Actually, I have. Aaron Barrett got paired against this on stream. It's kind of funny. So I've technically seen this before. Woo! That's a good one. Say hello to my Tarmogoyf. I mean, they still banned humans, they just have spell quellers. Like, they have Mayor of Averbrook, they are definitely humans. They just randomly have spell quellers in their deck too, because spell queller's a great card. God, this deck's so nice. I want to kill the Hierarch or the Champ. Kinda want to kill the Hierarch just so they can't Coco me next turn. I feel like them Cocoing me next turn is one of the ways I lose. When I'm like really far ahead right now. Hey there, Paul. Good to see you. But like, they're only like a couple left. Why do we want to push anything? Because I want to plus my Lily. So that I can get more loyalty on her. What if they play a Liliana and we draw 2 lands? I want to plus my Lily so we can get edicts out of her. I think it's pretty unreasonable to not try and get edicts out of our Liliana, right? I feel like that's the case. No blood braids, sadly. I'm unsure on this. Like, killing the Hierarch stops them Cocoing us next turn, and I feel like Coco is one of the only ways I reasonably lose this. But hey there, Nuntu. Good to see you. Alright, I'm gonna start fielding them this turn. Because at some point we run them out of basics. I'd like to have an idea what their basic count is before the next game too. This makes Tracker slightly worse, but Tracker is such a good draw that I don't think I mind making Tracker worse. Whereas finding out how many basics are in their deck is like actually pretty relevant, and depending on the basic count, this could make something like an Assassin's Trophy way better too. Or another Field of Ruin. Also, we get more green sources for a Scooze, which is pretty relevant with our Bob ticking up. Alright. So I think I want to Edict them, keep their board under control here. Whilst our Bob sits here drawing us cards. We have a second Quagmire down, so we have like a bunch of blockers protecting our Liliana whilst she slowly grinds out this game. Nice. They drew another land, which is good for us. God, this Bob has been absurd. Let's make a tracker. Play the Treetop. I guess I get to swing with my Goyf, maybe. Start ending this. If they try and double block down the Goyf, I have Trophy to blow them out. I do love me a Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker is a delight. Now I can go ahead and Trophy this to blow them out when they block. Yeah, this is great for us. I'm really hoping they keep playing this, because then we find out if they have another basic. Right, they have an island too. So we have to remember for the future games that we can't really cut them off colors. They have basics in all three colors. Which is like pretty relevant to know. Also, they're super dead. Also that. God, drawing 3 fatal pushes against humans is so messed up. Just makes the game so much easier. Alright, I got bad news for you, opponent. I'm sorry. Sorry for what's about to occur. We fire at the treetop and they die. Do we have to kill them? I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying drawing cards. At some point we find a Scavenging Ooze to fuel the Bob. Liliana, Damnation, Languish. All seem great. I kind of like the Kalitas. It's probably good. It is like 4-mana creature against the Spell Queller deck. I feel like we want to trim. Bob was absurd that game, but I feel like we want to trim one, especially on the draw. Maybe trim a Thoughtseize or two. Thoughtseize hits Collected Company, which is just their best card, though. Am I really sorry? Excellent question. Yeah, plays around Meddling Mage. Also, Languish is kind of nice with your Tarmogoyfs. Which is, like, actually pretty relevant. You just play out the Goyf. Hold down the board. Cast the Languish. I assume this Kalitas is good. It feels so expensive on the draw is the problem. On the play, I think I'm going to bring in the second one. I think on the draw, I'm just going to run it like this. Let's try this. Just have the one. You want both Kalitas, even on the draw. I'm just worried about getting run over. Like, I want to keep my curve lower. Maybe that's incorrect. Alright, we have discard spell into Goyf, which is nice. Languish was designed not to kill Siege Rhinos. Yeah, that didn't have any adverse effects at all. Alright. Looks like some amount of motivation to fire a Thoughtseize first, because I'm so scared of Coco, but if we can take a Reflect Mage, the Goyf actually gets to block pretty well. Wow, they're leaning on this Hierarch. Jeez. Also, we need them to not draw a land anytime soon. There's all these spell Quellers. Spell Queller's scary, but I guess I just have to take a Lieutenant. Like, if they can cast the one Spell Queller, they can cast... Like, they're always going to be able to cast a Spell Queller if they hit their mana, right? There's nothing we can do about that. Nice. Nice Noble Hierarch opponent. Nice Noble Hierarch. Strong magic card you have there. Should play some Winfact. I do hear Infect does win quite a bit. I think I'm going to keep the trophy. I think it's going to be good later once they hit their land drops. No attacks is surprising. I guess they might have a path, be holding open path to exile. You can't play no, you can't play Infect and Ban. It takes up Breeding Pool, which is unfortunate. They did have a path to exile, I was right. Jeez. Figured it out. They were playing around a removal spell off the top. Well, if they draw a land, they have Spell Quellers up, but otherwise I think we're just in a great position. God damn it. Alright. Be like that. Yeah, just tap land go, I agree. Maybe they run out of Queller to increase their pressure. And then we have a trophy for the final Queller. So I think this is good. Yeah, that cuts Inky too. Yeah, that's another problem, Gra. Good point. I didn't think of that. Oh, they're not going to hold up Spell Queller. Well, this is fine with me. I get to play my Goyf and my Bob. I think Is It Phoenix is a fine deck. I don't think it's like desperately good. But I think it's a deck you can play and not be embarrassed. Like, I think it's a perfectly playable, fine modern deck. I think it's the best Phoenix deck I've played so far as well. So... I wouldn't like strongly recommend it, but if you wanted to play it, I think that's like a very reasonable thing to do. That's my kind of attitude about it. Alright, we get to sit here with removal spells held up, which is nice. You got it, you'll go 0-4 with it at an event soon. Oh my god. The dream. I wonder if this Field of Ruin is Stone Rain. This we're gonna find out in a moment. Ugh, gross. Probably have to kill some creatures now, just to buy us some time for this Bob to do work. Try and dig for answers to the Quellers with the Bob. That makes sense. And kill both of these. Just to buy us as much life as possible while they're only attacking with this. That's strange. Oh, because we have a Quagmire up and they don't want to trade with it? I don't know about that. Yeah, that's pretty loose. See if they have another land. They failed to find. You don't say. So now every Field of Ruin is a strict mine. Sounds decent. Trophy is just Vindicate. Oh! This is great. I'm so happy right now. This is great. Jeez. We found my deck. I get to just Vindicate everything. Can you trophy their plains and their island? Oh. I mean, I could do that. I'm gonna take 5 for the privilege, and then they're like, makes my Bob worse. I don't think that's actually good, shop. I don't think that's actually good. I kind of just want to trophy these. I could trophy like 1 land. Yeah, cut them off Queller mana. I kind of like that, so that we can play their Goyf. Do you know what is better than 1 Stone Rain? I think if we take them off the island, it leaves them with more castable spells. But with canopies in their deck, I think they just have less blue sources. Oh, we want to stop Path as well, that's true. That's actually a scary one. Yeah, let's kill the plains. And then I'm gonna kill the champion just because it's scary. It could be a glorious bait shop. You're not wrong. If they draw a dual land to hold up Queller, we get to Field of Ruin it to get the Queller out of their hand. And then play the Goyf. So we're not actually too scared of that. So cutting them off 1 land I think is good enough. We can't Goyf, it was Reflectomaged. Read the text on Reflectomage shop. You know better than this. No worries, shop. Happens to us all. God, this deck is so nice. This feels so much better than Jund. Please don't tell Jade that. Field of Ruin is just messed up. You know? I still went to get a forest because of Skoos. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that shop. Kind of wondering that myself. Attack with both Goyfs. Throw in a Quagmire whilst I'm at it. And then I think I'm just going to terminate the Spell Queller with my trophy. We have found the answer, Crasto. We have found the answer. Count me impressed. In before 3-2 and deck feels average again. Oh, I'm waiting for that. It's incoming. We all know it's coming. Until such a point, I'm gonna feel happy though. I'm gonna enjoy these Halcyon moments. Incoming Queller of Spells. This is just great. You just like get to force your opponent to cast things on your terms. It's so nice. The highest cost thing in our deck is 4 mana. So the Bob just can't actually kill us. Based on like their board and what's in our deck. So, and we know they're dead to our board next turn. So I'm just like not too worried about it from that perspective. Yeah, agreed, Let's Fever. The game would have been a lot closer then. Then we'd have actually had to like deal with our own Bob at some point. I agree, that would have made things much more interesting. Oh my gosh. Black green, huh? Must admit, it feels nice to be casting some Tireless Trackers. That is a card I can get behind. Alright, I'm excited for this 3-2. I can feel it coming already. Go first. This is a mulligan. Hope that we're against a creature deck, I guess. Obviously, this could have, if we're against a deck that's not a creature deck, we're in trouble, but... Alright, it looks like we're against Scales. That's pretty good at answering Bob, which is unfortunate due to their ballistas. Jeez, and they have the turn 1 Scales. Alright, this is pretty good for them. Indeed, Malak. Indeed. God, killing the worker feels like kind of a spew. But... like, obviously they have many much more scary cards in their deck. Also want to keep our life total high for Bob. Maybe we can make them crack the jar. Yeah, we have many removal spells in our deck. Makes Liliana better too. Yeah, they probably don't crack the jar, but makes Liliana a better card. Makes Ravager a lot less scary. Uses our mana well. I think I'm gonna do this, but I could definitely be convinced that this is incorrect. Yeah, just keep them off the board. Stop them developing too much. Alright, run out our Bob. Hope that they don't have... if they have a Ballista, I think this game just like almost ends on the spot. But if they don't have Ballista, I think we're in an okay position. Especially with the Scales on board, Ballista's just terrifying. Steel Overseer, okay. God damn it. No! I don't really know how we win anymore. Jeez, this is just so backbreaking. It's like Glint Sleeve Siphoner all over again. Alright, at least they only have the Ballista. They're gonna get to pump it up though. Obviously we used up our Fatal Push, so I feel very silly about that. If we hadn't used up our other Fatal Push, we could take out this Ballista. And they'd just be left with a 2-2. Against like our Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I feel a bit silly about the Fatal Push right now. All the Arcbound Worker would have done is dealt like 4 damage to us by now, which is still annoying, but I'm gonna go ahead and push this. Stop them getting a combat step, make another removal spell live to deal with the Ballista, since it's quite problematic. I don't know, pushing the worker kind of made sense at the time. Obviously has not worked out terribly well for us. Just get their threat off the board. It sucks not being able to kill the scales here, but I think we need to get the Ballista out of play so that the Skoos can hit the board and start doing stuff. Yeah, the worker would have been very scary with a Ravager, that is true, especially with like a Welding Jar to protect shenanigans. So it kind of made sense at the time, it just didn't work out. It's hard to know. Hangerback Walker. How do we ever beat that? It's so big. Like, if we ever blow it up, they get 4 Thopters. So we need like a Maelstrom Pulse, or if this dies. The 3-2 seems prescient, indeed. Indeed, we need to spike a Kalitas, yeah. Even then, it's growing so quickly. Do we have any bounce spells? We do not. This matchup seems heinous. To be fair, it doesn't look like it would be great for Jund either. I guess I have to attack and cross my fingers that I draw the one of Maelstrom Pulse. Otherwise, I'm just going to die to the Walker anyway. Yeah, we have a single Pulse in the deck that we can top deck. Scales has lots of good matchups. The deck's really strong. I think it's like secretly one of the best decks in Modern. Part of the matchup when they don't draw Hangerback is fine, that makes sense. Or when you like discard the Hangerback. Interesting. So they can hit us to, they can kill Liliana and hit us to 4. Not convinced they care about Liliana though. And we have to draw specifically Maelstrom Pulse this turn. Oh no, they have Throne of Geth. Let's hope our opponent doesn't see it. Maybe they don't know what their cards do. I was kind of in shock that we drew the right card. But it turns out their deck's just great. We did try. We did. That was miserable. We drew, like, amazingly as well. I feel like our draw was very, very strong. Alright. We have a second Kalitas, which seems very good. We have these sweepers. The Liliana seems decent. Do we need Leylines? Are Leylines good? Like, we can't mulligan for them in this matchup. I guess even just hard casting a Leyline on 4 stops the Hangerback from being as scary, though. I would agree with that. Liliana does not seem great. So, maybe trim a couple Bobs because they're bad against Ballista. Maybe we just have to cut all the Bobs. Especially with Leylines coming in. Yeah, we just have to cut all the Bobs because we're bringing in 4 Leylines. And like a couple Sweepers. Our curve is so high now. And they're just so bad against Ballista anyway. This makes us a lot stronger against the card Ballista. That makes sense. It's so hard for us to kill our opponent post board. I guess Kalitas is an extra threat though. Alright, let's try this. And like Liliana, the second Liliana can rebuy threats if they get killed. Which is definitely relevant. Brutality seems bad. I just don't think we can play Bob post board. We have 8 4-drops. And they're like an aggressive deck, so our life total matters. Brutality kills Steel Overseer. It can kill just like their dorks. It can kill a Ballista. It's just like a bad Terminate, which is, I think, something we're in the market for. It also kills the Overseer through a Welding Jar. Like, even if they have a Welding Jar in play, the Overseer still dies, which is pretty relevant, I believe. Leyline. This hand doesn't have a Leyline. It's kind of hard to mulligan it, though. 2 Sweepers and a Fatal Push. Only needs a green source for the Goyf, and then it's like really nice. I kind of want to keep this, even though it doesn't have Leyline. Don't worry, Leyline is top. Oh, you know it, Boban. You know it. You've played this game before, I see. God, this is why I hate Leylines. I just can't bring myself to mulligan for them forever. It just always feels wrong to mulligan, like, decent hands to find a Leyline, unless, like, the matchup's literally unwinnable without the Leyline, which I'm not convinced this matchup is unwinnable without it. Yeah, I don't think this is a more for Leyline matchup, I agree. Agree completely. Inquisition you. Interesting. So my inclination is to take the stupid Hangerback Walker. And everything else kind of dies to our Sweepers. Llanowar Reborn, Graft 1. Indeed. I've got an ancient grudge against the Walker. I would have if I was playing Jund. I just want to take the Walker. Ravage is also kind of annoying. But it's a lot less annoying about the Walker. Especially with the Goyf on defense if we draw a green source at any point. God damn it, Bobbin. I hate this card so much. Oh my lord. Leylines are so bad. Alright. I do not... Oh wait, you mean in the Phoenix deck, a white splash? That's interesting. I could see that being okay, Venom. I'm not too interested in splashing Rip in that deck though. Since Rip's like kind of decent-ish against that deck. But I'm probably not playing that deck. I think that deck's fine. I think it's like a reasonable modern deck, but I was not terribly impressed with it as such. Another Llanowar reborn. Llanowar is going to be quite reborn. Ready for the new age. Land. I'm never registering Leylines in my deck ever again. This is a lot. Oh my god. What has Bobbin done to us? Do you think when they were like coding Magic Online, they were like, let's just make it so that whenever you draw a Leyline, it goes to the top of the board in Leylines, they're always on the top of the library? I think that's what they did. Imagine if these Leylines had text. Alright. I can cast my Goyf as a blocker for the Worker. Which means they can only attack with the Ravager. And I'll look pretty silly for using my Fatal Push. I was thinking if I drew another Fatal Push, I'd want to be able to actually kill the Ravager. But again, that just makes, I guess that just makes the Worker unbeatable. Anyway, hopefully the Goyf can buy us enough time to draw into a land to Damnation. So this is 8, 10... 11, 12, 13. So I have to cast the Goyf, and I don't think I can afford to shock myself. What happens if I shock myself and block Ravager? They go 8, 10, dump 11 counters on this, and it's a 13-13. But it ensures we have the second black mana for Damnation. But then we're just like dead to Ballista for the rest of the game. I think I just need to hit a black source. I can't afford to play around drawing a Field of Ruin or a forest. I think the life is just going to be too important. If I'd save the Fatal Push, maybe I'd stand a chance here. Maybe I was just too keen on that. Maybe I just have to draw running lands to be in the game anyway. So I meant to play towards that by holding the push. 8, 10, but they can use the module. So yeah, we would force to block because of the module. Seems like opponent misclicked. The module just means we're dead, right? If they want to kill us. Maybe they're playing around push though. Oh. You're exceptionally helpful, Bobbin. You're exceptionally helpful. The problem is they get to play around Fatal Push next turn now. So I'm just going to scoop. They get to kill us through a push. Oh my god. That was something else, Sharp. That was a lot. That was a whole heckin' lot. Okay. 3-2 Dream still alive. Let's get the 3-2 and be as medium about this as everything else after my enthusiasm match one. Ooh, hail Leyline. Wouldn't have done anything in our openers either, that's fair. We'd have still just like died to their 17/17 Ravager. Alright. On the draw, hand is good. The mana in this deck is medium greedy. Yes, it is making full use of its mana base. You can definitely say that. Ooh, Spirits. On this hand on the draw against Spirits might be a bit slow. Spirits is very good at punishing hands that don't do anything till turn 2 when it's on the play. Thanks to the might of Spellqueller. I guess I just run something into the more of the Spellqueller. If I pass the turn, they probably just have to cast Spellqueller anyway, and that way I get to hold up Trophy. That sounds kind of better to me. For what it's worth, Jund decks, at the very least, have always played too few black sources. Because they figure they don't need to cast Liliana on turn 3. So, like, this is just in keeping with how Jund builds its mana base. The way it currently looks. I think I'm going to try and trophy this, just to get the trophy underneath a Queller. Or save us a bunch of life. Like, either of those sounds fine. I'm pretty happy with either outcome. I like casting my spells on time too. I'm just saying that, like, it is traditional for Jund to be, like, 2 black sources shy. So it's not that unusual that this is 2 black sources shy. Or it's not that weird. Maelstrom Pulse, yeah, the Pulse is nice. For sure. Get to downgrade a Hierarch into a basic. With our trophy. Which is actually pretty good because we have this Liliana in our hand. Alright. More spell quellers, huh? God, so many spell quellers. I guess I go Field of Ruin into Tarmogoyf to get the spell queller out of their hand. The other option is they just have like Path to Exiles, Reflector Mages. In which case you want to cast 2 creatures rather than try and strip mine them. Which is like definitely a consideration. Yeah, getting Pathed isn't a big deal. It's only Spell Queller that really matters. So I think I'm going to do this. I definitely agree with you on that. We'll get a Forest because we have the Scoos in hand. We just want as much green mana as possible. Now I can play out the Goyf. It's the fastest clock. If they path this, it means the Scoos survives and gets to gain us lots of life. Stone Rain. This is a good deck for the Stone Rain count. I'll give it that much. No, my Tarmogoyf. Now they have a brick wall in play. So rude. Oh. Alright. So by Edict them, they get to kill the Liliana immediately. It takes some pressure off us. I guess they just sack the birds. If we get Bob down, it's kind of scary, but it's the sort of thing that could pull us ahead. I kind of want to go Bob plus Scoos. It is pretty terrifying. We need to like fade a draw step if we do this. But we get to dig towards removal. And we have the Scoos to gain us some life, which definitely helps her. I think I like this. We need to just hope to fade a good draw step from them. So that we can dig for removal with our Bob. Yeah, I agree, killing a bird does not achieve very much. Agree with you completely. They have enough blanks in their deck. They have like mana dorks. They have lands. They have ether vials. Path is pretty busted, but yeah, we're in okay shape. We can definitely lose this, but we're in okay shape. Would agree with you. Coco into double drug skull. Oh my god, please don't. They meant to just attack with their Goyf. I guess them. So they exalted to push past our Goyf. Oh my god, Reflect Mage is so good. Stops our life gain. Alright. That is a really strong one. We did not hit a removal spell. Okay. I mean, if they attack our Lily, that means she's soaking up damage, which I'm kind of okay with. So I think I'm just going to Edict with Lily. I either get down this as a blocker, or I can kill their Hallowed Fountain, but I'm probably gaining life with the Scooze next turn, rather than using this as a blocker. Cutting them off of mana makes, like, Horizon Canopy a worse draw for them, which is relevant. Also means if we ever kill this Noble Hierarch somehow, with, like, a Lily Edict, things get more awkward for them. Pretty unsure on this. Don't know that this is right. Also, like, thinning a land out of our deck is actively bad if the Bob in play. So I guess it means the Bob's more likely to draw us a spell, which is nice. We really need to fade a good draw step this turn. We've got the Scooze to gain us life next turn, which is going to be nice. Alright, they don't have a Spirit because they cast it pre-combat because of the Wanderer, so yeah, this is great for us. I guess it could mean they have a Coco. That would be problematic. There's not a lot we can do about that though. This is a good one. God, we used up our Field of Ruins, now we can't hit Revolt for our Fatal Push. I guess that's the downside of using up our Field of Ruin last turn. Oh no! If we had Field of Ruin, we'd be so in this game. This is so bad for us. I shouldn't have wasted the Field of Ruin, apparently. This is so bad for us. Attack with the Bob? I don't know that that's even good, is it? Because then they just don't block it. And they, like, get more freedom to attack us. Should have led on Scooze. I guess. I guess that was something that they'd probably Spell Queller. And then we'd resolve the Lily. Well, if we attack with Bob and they block, we get Revolt. That makes sense. I just don't think they block the Bob, is the thing. But I guess in that case we're getting through 2 damage. And playing our Scooze on defense. And, like, the damage matters. Alright, this is getting perilous. They've had some good top decks ever since we entered this situation. This is definitely getting perilous. Do have the Scooze to gain us some life though, to help with this Bob situation. It's really awkward that we now can't block with the Bob if they find a removal spell, but honestly if they find a removal spell, we're in a pretty awkward state regardless. Like, we really just need to actually fade for a turn at some point. So, the 2 damage does matter for helping us turn the corner. Like, at some point we have to kill them, right? If they blocked, it would have been amazing for us too. Since then we'd have got to kill the Queller, get Lily back. So, I think the attack was good. Just makes things a bit more tense. Alright, so they attack with just this to play around push on the Wanderer. That makes sense. We're gonna start eating creatures end of turn. Getting some life to protect us from Bob. Alright, Bob, be kind. That was a good bob. Oh, we still can't enable Revolt, which sucks. We do get to start attacking them now, though, which is nice. Hey, hey. I don't think I can afford to cast Thoughtseize. That's like a bit risky. Attack with Bob again. I'm gonna kill the Goyf. I can push my Bob and then their Queller. That is nice. That is the best line, I think. Obviously, we lose the game if they have another Queller, but that's like the 4th Queller. It's so unlikely. That is so good. Jeez. Please don't have the 4th Queller. Thank you. Now we get to kill the Tarmogoyf. No, I think I want to attack with the Goyf this turn, JD. This way I get to attack with the Goyf. Yeah, we could hit the Wanderer first in case they drew a Spirit. I kind of want to attack with the Goyf, though. Treetop 2. No, I think I like this. I guess I'm going to get to gain so much life off the Scavenging Ooze. But I also kind of want to be able to block down the Reflector Mage to protect Liliana. I guess if they're attacking all, they probably just die to our creatures, though. So this seems good. They can potentially kill Liliana, but I don't think that matters. I think she's done her work. And, like, that forces them to tap so many of their creatures. Yeah, we're gonna eat lots of creatures with this Goose. Agreed. Agree that that's very important. Spell Queller. The question is would we rather leave open Treetop or deal an extra 2 damage? It doesn't change the clock to deal the extra, or the extra 3 damage. It doesn't change the clock to deal 3 more damage. Because both of these creatures are still lethal. Yes, we make the Treetop lethal that way, but I think I'd rather leave this open as a blocker. And then eat stuff on end step. Oh my gosh, Kay. There aren't that many Minotaurs, are there? Yeah, there's no Waldo Thoughtseize, I don't think. I just want my life total to be as high as possible. I guess I could take a Coco if they have one, but I think like the average Coco our board currently beats. Since we have 2 lethal threats in play and a Liliana they still have to answer, which takes out a lot of blockers. Wow, they're going to 1? That's so risky with the Treetop in play. I guess it lets them hold up Noble Hierarch as a blocker. Another Wanderer gets to kill Lily, but they have to block down so many creatures here. Means they don't get to attack our face at all. Or they can attack our face for 5, which is like pretty good for them. But yeah, they just have to attack Lily. So Lily's doing a great job here. She's like a Terminate for their best creature that's also soaking up 1,000,000 damage. the image. Eat the birds. Eat the hierarch. Cool. Trophy. That's a good draw. Especially with the treetop. Because now we potentially trample over if they don't block correctly. Rar. Alright, they put the correct creature on the treetop. Oh, was I meant to trophy the captain to force them to chump with the Geist? Because now I have to trophy the Wanderer, which is really unexciting. Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh yeah, we trophy the Reflector Mage and trample over. You're correct. I'm stupid. I was distracted. Yeah, I meant to trophy the Reflector Mage, then we trample over with the treetop. Which was like kind of the plan all along. I got distracted because I was talking a bunch. Yeah, I should have won this, but I'm gonna win it anyway. Because always lucky. Obviously, this game was played perfectly, and I'll hear nothing otherwise. Casual missed lethal. I was aware it was lethal. It's because I was talking. Gra. I was aware it was lethal. It was why I was saying about how if they block incorrectly, they die. I got distracted because I was talking. Luckily, it didn't matter. Alright, winning with that hand on the draw is nice. No turn 1 interaction, and we still got there. I'm kind of iffy on Kalitas. It seems so bad against Queller and Reflector Mage. I know it's like really good against their deck otherwise, but I'm not in love with it. We can definitely cut one bob, especially on the draw. On the draw, we can maybe cut a second. I think I just don't want Kalitas in this matchup. It's so good if you can get them into top deck mode, but I think you're already winning if you're in top deck mode. Is the thing. It's obviously very good against Selfless Spirit. Mausoleum Wanderer. You almost like Fulminator against them. That's interesting, Freed. Why do you like Fulminator? I feel like Fulminator is just too slow, especially on the draw. We already have Field of Ruin to mess with their mana base anyway. I think on the play I'm gonna have the Kalitas in the deck, but cuts them off double spelling and Coco. I think I just want all my cards to be relevant. I think there are too many games where Fulminator just does nothing against them. This hand is very nice. Discard spell and removal spell. I think I'd rather Inquisition than Fatal Push. Killing the bird, bolting the bird is like weirdly good against their deck since their deck is so free drop centric. But Inquisition kind of messes with that too. I don't really want to attack their mana this early in the game. If I don't have to. Since I'm looking to like force us into top deck mode anyway. Like they're gonna have time to cast every spell in their hand, right? Wow, max punish, they just don't have a white source. Also, the rest in peace is kind of brutal against this Tarmogoyf, which is relevant. Tarmogoyf is just the best card in the matchup by so much. I think I'm just meant to take the rest in peace. It also means the Goyf's going to be really big when it comes down. Admittedly, if we take the captain, we can just run them out of threats pretty easily. Get to, like, push a phantom, then they only have a 1/3. And the tracker just kills them. I'm going to take the rip. I'm not convinced this is correct. I feel like Goyf is just the best card in the matchup by so much, though, because it ends the game so quickly when you have to turn the corner. Well, that's brutal, because now they're going to have this up to protect the captain, and there's just, like, nothing we can do about that. We're actually in some amount of trouble now. Our team is Hardened Scales, Spirits, and then a third deck. I need to decide on the third deck. I'm being so punished for not taking the stupid Drug Skull Captain. Maybe I was just meant to take it. Maybe if they spend a whole turn, take a whole turn off casting this, I'm just like happy that I have time to catch up when I have a tracker in my hand to take over the game with. Maybe I was overly focused on this. It's always felt like the best card in the matchup when I'm playing Jund, though, because it actually ends the game in a timely manner, which always feels important against their deck. I just don't know what I even do now, because this is just going to protect the captain so well. I guess I cast this, because then I can draw another removal spell. I feel like casting the Confidant is just, like, not good here. When I'm taking so much damage, I need to stabilize a bit before I can cast it. Like, if I cast the Dark Confidant, I'm going to take, like, 4, 5, 6, go to 14. Yeah, Goyf is really important in the matchup just because it turns the corner so quickly, for sure. I just don't think you necessarily have inevitability. Like, you can't kill every single creature in their deck, realistically, unless you have access to a sweeper. And Goyf is a way to end the game before they can draw, like, enough flyers to... We're just gonna die. Just, like, super dead. Their draw's incredibly strong. Us not killing the Hierarch worked out really poorly for us. I still think I like not killing the Hierarch in the dark. Obviously, it made their hand absurd, though. But it definitely worked out poorly for us. I can kill the Supreme... I can't kill the Supreme Phantom. I can't... I have to pay a life to kill the Drug Skull Captain. Am I then dead in the air? They'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would then be dead in the air. So I can't actually win this. Oh, I have to crack a clue and draw a Fatal Push. Makes sense. Yeah, so I have to Fatal Push this, crack a clue, draw another Fatal Push, I suppose. Maybe I am underrating how good killing their Hierarch is. I believe, like, against humans, you just never bolt the bird, pretty much, but... I could imagine it being better against this deck. Just because they're so free drop centric. Their mana base is also a bit shakier than humans' mana bases. So maybe it's like just much better to kill a Hierarch against them. It's interesting. Like if they don't have a Supreme Phantom, they just like don't have a high impact turn 2 if you take them off Hierarch. On the play, do I want these? Still think they're pretty bad against Reflector Mage and Queller. They definitely seem better on the play. Dark Confidant's better on the play too, and that's the card I'd be looking to trim. Like, I don't want to cut too much discard. Yeah, for sure, Barrett. I agree. I agree with that. I think I'm just going to run it back like this. I think Kalitas is probably fine on the play, but Cuddle Lily. Lily seems really good. Just like helps them deny them their critical mass. Especially on the play as well. Sometimes you're just going to be able to curve removal onto Lily. I think I like Lily in this matchup. This doesn't have removal. I think this hand is too good to mulligan though, even without removal. Like we have a Goyf plus Liliana as our curve on the play, which is pretty good. Hopefully we can draw into a removal spell or two. Never mind. Everything sucks. At least they aren't playing a Hierarch turn 1. Liliana is actually just going to be able to edict whatever they play on turn 2, which is really nice. And then she can start ticking up. You think Kalitas is a better 4-drop than Tracker? That's fair. I could see that being the case, Reed. I think it's pretty close. Tracker obviously sucks against Reflector Mage a lot too. So they're kind of in a similar boat on that count. Alright, this is really nice. Getting to Edict Supreme Phantom. Please don't post links without asking. Unless I know you. Kind of punished. A little bit. Little bit punished. Not at all suspicious, indeed. God, Geist is good. Geist is really good. I guess we want the Tracker in play since it's more likely to block a Geist through a Lord. So I can plus... discard Bob. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Freed. Question is, can we afford to attack? Because if they block, we can trophy something. We can trophy the relic to kill this. And it's not clear that we're ever blocking with this. So I think I'm swinging with the Goyf. Because we got the Tracker to block with. And the Goyf can't block the Geist in combat anyway. 1 damage could like end up mattering. They did discard the same card type. pretty good for them. Yeah, we can't do Tracker plus push this turn. It's pretty awkward. This is still decent though. Making clues. Got a blocker for their Geist. If they don't have a Path or a Reflect Mage. They're gonna have to send some damage at Lily, so we're not taking like a million here. I happily block, right? I just want to get this off the table. I've already got my clue, so I've got my value. Please don't have a oh my god, they have a Coco. Oh, Coco's so good. Right. Well, I guess I'm attacking. Maybe opponent's just super flooded. Maybe. Can but dream. Just attack and do nothing. I mean, if the Scooze gets trapped under a spell queller, we can retrieve it later anyway. I guess attacking and doing nothing would let me leave up clue into push though, which is kind of nice. Oh, they just have a queller? Sure. I do have clues and removal up, that's true. Right, so I just want to trophy this to get my Scooze back whilst they're tapped low. This like adds pressure to the board too. Then they probably crack their relic to stop us getting any life. But once the relic's off the board, we get to like permanently grow our Goyf, which is really nice. Obviously giving them a land really sucks with them having 2 Horizon Canopies here, but alright, we got them to crack the relic because of the Scooze, which means we can start finally growing the Goyf for proper. God damn it, opponent. Why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta be like this, opponent? So they have 4 spells in hand because they didn't play a land for turn. I guess I'm just attacking with the Scooze. Maybe I'm meant to attack with both, but it doesn't make any difference because I'm not going to do anything proactive to pump the Goyf here, so I think I just pass the turn with my removal up. Yeah, I can feel plush push, which is nice. Still, Coco's going to be really hard for us to beat if it's anywhere near decent. The relic was just amazing this game, keeping the Goyf in check. Goyf, like, if not for the relic, we'd have applied so much pressure with this Goyf. They're tanking, so it means they have options, which is not great. Hitting the canopy is nice. Using a removal spell on the Wanderer sucks, though. Hit the untapped one. You're right. Yeah. Watch as they Simian Spirit Guide us. Oh, this guy makes our Goyf so big. The creature and an instant in the yard. It's like kind of great. Which creature am I killing? I could also just wait for them to untap. See if they play something better. Like, the Wanderer hitting us for 1 doesn't matter too much. And, the Thalia can't hit us. Yeah, push costs 2 now, because of the Thalia. Yeah, neither of these matter. I think we can wait. I agree. See if they play, Phantom or something. I mean, if they have another Coco, we're in a lot of trouble. Even if she's taxing it, but oh, they've a path to exile. That's kind of brutal. That is kind of brutal. But they can't cast Path, they get a Forest, Tommy. Off our field. So we actually let them cast Path with our Field of Ruin. Which is not ideal. Still gonna wait on the Fatal Push. Get something better than this Wanderer. I guess they get to counter it with the Wanderer. So maybe I'm just meant to kill the Wanderer anyway. Since this is almost certainly getting to counter this. Hey there, Guilty. Good to see you. I'm probably just going to have countered this already. They've shown us Rattle Chains too. They have like another Rattle Chains in the deck. They can really get us for waiting. Or if they have another Spell Queller in hand. Yeah, waiting on this was just really bad. I should have just killed the Wanderer. Oh my god. It's really problematic. Alright, well. It's not great for us, Squirmit. The rest in peace. How am I? I'm doing pretty well, Guilty. I'm doing pretty well. Feeling really motivated at the moment, which is nice. It's like almost a good draw. We only have 3 minutes left to... I kind of want to destroy the rest in peace so my Goyf does something again. But I can also just try and take them off all their threats. Wanted to take the spell from their hand whilst they still had one. I think we're on enough life, high enough life total we can afford to take a couple hits, and I just want to make sure my resources trade properly. Nice. It's an absurd draw. Please don't have a Queller, please don't have a Queller, please don't have a Queller. Thank you. Liliana was like maybe one of our best draws. Actually pretty absurd for us. Makes so many of their cards irrelevant. Oh, they don't have a Bardier anymore. I'm stupid. Alright. We did take the Queller. It worked out well for us. Maybe I was meant to kill the Rest in Peace by now. I figured like Lily, Edict, Hold Up Trophy to protect our Planeswalkers seemed like a nice line though, rather than trying to kill them here. Ugh. I think Black-Green has felt pretty good so far. We're still in our first league though. It's pretty strong. We get to deal with the whole board though. More or less. Maybe I meant to hold this for our second tracker. But the mana could matter if we draw creature lands with our Liliana in play. Alright. Please don't have another Coco. Not again. Discarded a breeding pool. That's bad news. Means they might have a Coco. They don't. Sick. These two indeed squirm it. The rip's annoying, but our Planeswalkers are doing good work. These Birds of Paradise. Am I meant to plus or Edict? I think I meant to Edict. I was definitely meant to hold the land there for a tracker. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. I was meant to hold that land 100%. I want a minus to make my Goyfs big. Plussing for ultimate's nice too though. Please no Coco. Alright. Yep. I mean, Goyf's gonna be pretty nice next turn, right? Huh. Taste it. Okay. So on to minus and hit a new card type to make these lethal. God damn it. Now we have 3 lethal creatures. So they don't even get to attack with the Geist. Awesome. Victory. Whole 25 seconds. Was there ever any doubt? Was there ever? That was a sick game. Jeez, that was a really sick game. This card is absurd. The Abyss considered strong magic, yep. Excuse me. Alright, I'm actually going to head to the bathroom before we hop into our 4th match with this deck. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'll be back momentarily. Continuing our Golgari life. Okay. Being the best player at Final Countdown. Oh my god. Alright, welcome back everyone. Finishing off this Golgari Midrange. Golgari Midrange League. How likely that there is a maybe weekend stream? Unsure. If I'm in London over the weekend, it's like 90%. There's like a non-0% chance I go visit friends somewhere in the country, but I am imagining it is more likely than not that there'll be a weekend stream of some description. Like, if I'm in London, I very much intend to stream on a weekend day. Since I've been away on Fridays a lot recently and stuff, traveling. Alright. So close to good. Just need some black sauce. Alright, this is fine. This is a nice draw. Let's keep this on top. I'm just gonna play this tapped. If they play something we want to push, then we can Thoughtseize on the same turn. So it's not too sad that we don't get to play our Scooze on 2. Scooze isn't as good on turn 2 anyway, right? Alright, so we're gonna push this and Thoughtseize them, I imagine. What the... Alright, chat, what is this deck? Bring me up to speed here. I've not seen this before. Let's go look at MTG Goldfish a sec. Let's go look at MTG Goldfish. Torch Courier. See if this is nope, there has not been a 5-0 with Torch Courier in. Alright. Well then. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards and put those on top in any order. All of these cards suck. Just saying. Take the Vizier. Yeah, I think I take the Vizier. It's possible I meant to take the Evolution. Michael Benson, 6-month resub. Thank you so much for the continued support. Continued Night of Autumning. That's not really a good verbiage. But thank you so much for the support, Michael. It means a ton. Everyone get some hearts in chat for Michael. Enjoy your new shield. Upgraded to silver. Feels just like yesterday. It really does. I think I take the Evolution, because I think one of the ways we could conceivably lose this game is they get a Magus of the Moon in play. And we have a Fatal Push for the Vizier, so... Hey there, Skura. Oh my god, you field them after the congregation. Jeez, Freed. That's a lot. So decks I'm considering for the GP are Dredge, Black-Green Midrange, Jund. Those are probably like some of the main ones. So jealous of the Silver Shield. You'll get there one day, Gabroth. Soon enough. I'm just gonna play my Frat. If they kill me somehow, so be it. I'm ready for my imminent death, or for them to do nothing. This is an instant. Cool. Good to know. Nice deck, opponent. Oh my lord. It does take a lot of good cards from other decks, that's true, but we already know our other 2 decks on the team, so I'm not too concerned about that. Our decks are going to be Spirits, Scales, and a Mystery deck. Well, that's interesting. The only problem with that RSF is it plays Path, I imagine, which is awkward in our lineup because Path goes in Spirits. Scales and Dredge share Nature's Claim, but I think Scales can get away with playing Natural State. Interesting. So now we just field or ruin them? Question mark. This does not seem like the best matchup for our opponent. I don't know. I'm sure we're gonna lose somehow now after I've said that. Courier does give Druid haste, you are correct. I know I could pump the Skoos if I get a forest. Kinda want to get a swamp though, just to like play it safe. So there's only like one creature in the yard anyway, it's not like there are that many opportunities to pump the Skoos. Could always run Infect and run Dissenter's Deliverance. Oh my god. You could indeed do that. Post-Mortem Lunge is nice. Post-Mortem Lunge is a nice magic card. These sorts of decks. I still want to do some point in my life make a Crackling Drake Post-Mortem Lunge deck. Fort Scour yourself a bunch. They kill your Crackling Drake, think they're safe. Get them. They have a collected company. That's scary. That's the way they could actually get into this game if they have Cocoa Hair. As much as I'm joking. Okay. Resolves. This is fine, right? They have 0 cards in hand. Which one am I killing? So I think I'm just going to go ahead and push something here to get a creature in the yard for my Skoos. I guess I kill the Druid. The Vizier has power and toughness though. They could have Finks for the Vizier. That's true, that's true. The mana off this is relevant with Duskwatch Recruiter though. So I think I'm just going to kill this. Makes Duskwatch Recruiter less annoying. So I could hold up Trophy, or I could get in extra damage here. I think I'm just going to get in the 2, cast my second Skoos, hold up the Trophy. Ooze stops Sphinx, that's true, that's true. This seems good. I'm just going to do this. Just like, ensure nothing bad can happen. For some weird machinations. Alright, I would like to eat your... I guess I meant to eat the one that they want E-Witness back. Incoming cord for E-Witness. Nope. Thank you. Inquisition, you say. It's probably just a Coco and I get to feel silly. It is a cord. Hey. What's going on? It's just a Duskwatch so they can attempt to rebuild. Nice. I'm just gonna kill the Duskwatch here. I think I just kill the Duskwatch so they can't draw cards. We can make the other one a 3/3, and then both Skoozes are lethal next turn, so we're gonna put our opponent in like the double abyss. It's possible I meant to like leave open mana to protect myself from E-Witness, since both Scoozes are lethal next turn anyway. Anyway, didn't end up mattering. We're just like super dead. Congregation of Dawn, not good against Field of Ruin, apparently. So these all seem great. Or at least Liliana seems messed up. These seem like decent. Surgical could be fine. Potentially. I don't know that we need these, is the thing. I think we just like have enough removal. But these aren't important. Do I want the Kalitas? It's good against Kitchen Finks. But I kind of feel like I just want to kill everything. And then my Tarmogoyfs and Dark Confidants and Lilianas will take over. You like Kalitas against green creatures? Yeah, normally I do. I don't know how they ever overpower our creatures. Like, just like this. Is the thing. Don't know if that's just like me being overconfident. It's really hard to know what to cut for these sweepers. I think the sweepers are good. But all the spot removal is great. I guess we could trim some discard. And go like this. And just hope to kill everything instead. Could also just like cut a couple creatures, since they're not really killing our creatures very much. Scavenging Ooze is so nice against Kitchen Finks. I'll cut a Bob when you add 4 drops. That's fair. I feel like Bob's pretty good against them, but I guess on the draw we can cut one. I don't really have a feel for what I'm meant to be doing in this matchup. We'll see how it plays out in the next game. There's a bit of me that feels like I might just be meant to cut discard, since they have mana dorks that like go over the top of discard and I can use removal on a lot of their cards anyway. Oh, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, Nikki Wonka. Appreciate it. Appreciate you becoming a Knight of Autumn and showing me some support. It means a lot to me. Everyone put some hearts in chat for our new subscriber. Show how much it means. Thank you so much, Nikki. Ooh, this is a great draw. Thoughtseize into Goyf, the dream. The actual dream. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me to hear that. It's always so nice knowing that people appreciate it. I just have to take the Druid here. It means they're gonna get to draw a card off the Duskwatch potentially. I might just have to like trophy the Duskwatch then. Potentially. The Druid probably just kills us if we leave it within their hand. Sure. Alright, am I trophying this Duskwatch or am I playing my Goyf? Just ramp them for their chords, which is pretty annoying. Aw, thank you, D. It means so much to hear that. Thank you so much. I guess if they sit there drawing cards with their Duskwatch, they're just going to die to our Goyf, potentially. If that's really what they want to do with their turn. I'm just going to play the Goyf. And then I can, like, pulse the Duskwatch next turn. Yeah, I could see this being incorrect format, but I'm gonna see how it plays out. Just like getting the Goyf going before we start casting our removal works out so much nicer for us. Also lets us keep our instant in hand, so that we can actually interact on our opponent's turn, which I think is worth a lot as well. So they got a free Birds of Paradise, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I think there's like enough reasons to let them have that. Alright, get my Treetop down because it beats for the most. And then hit them for 2. Kinda unfortunate neither of us have had fetches for the Goyf. I guess that's one downside to black-green. You take less damage off your mana base, but your Goyf is also smaller in exchange, like some amount of the time. Alright, fetch land is good for us. The trophies, they can't do anything too scary. Obviously they have 2 chords, so it's not great, but yeah, I have fields, that's true, but you don't get to use those as early. Alright, I don't know what this gets. I'm sure I'm about to be very sad. Shall I? Vengevine. Oh. Do I even care about this? I hit them for 7 next turn. I'm not convinced I care about this. Not at the moment, anyway. Take 4. Alright, punished. Successfully punished. Alright. Are we hitting them for 7 now while playing the Bob and accepting that we now have to trophy this for sake of our Bob being good? I'm kind of tempted now to just play Bob and hold up trophy. Just don't Bob, just try and kill them. I mean, that's also appealing. Put them to... so they take 7, they go to 8. And then, like, 2 hits off the Goyf will finish them at any point. He's called Bob because he's... the picture is of Bob Maher. Yeah, I think we attack with Treetop and leave up trophy. I don't know if this is, like, misevaluating our role now. It's possible that with Bob we're just meant to, like, play the control game again. With Bob in hand. So maybe this is misevaluating things. But I think this is nice. Put them to 8. Force them to start blocking soon. Still don't think I trophy this. Still just not terribly scared of it. Second Goyf is beautiful. Jeez. So I'm not going to attack with the Treetop this time, because now they're they're on quantities of 4, so they're going to die to the Goyfs on their own. And this way I get to hold up Trophy and play the next Goyf. Keep the Goyfs coming. This is great. Take down our creature. 5-drop. If this is a Sagada, we can actually lose this. Interesting. It's also decent. Reasonably, Milkman, reasonably. Right, so we play the Goyf. Do I want to play the Bob too? I don't think so. I kind of just want to get my Quagmire down. Drawing a card is nice. We currently don't have any interaction in hand, which is like kind of an issue. So a bit scary. I'm gonna play the Dark Confidant. It's like a tiny bit scary, but we've got this Goyf that can block the Vengevine, so I think this is good. Greatness at any cost. Preferably not for 4. Grim. That's actually really problematic. So I'm not convinced we win this game by blocking, but not blocking is terrifying. Alright, now I'll block. 100%. Take down the stupid Vizier. Hey, I don't know if it's common. Opponent's list seems unusual. They have Torch Courier as well. So nothing about this deck is common. Oh my god. I'm 100% just blocking with the Vizier here. Need the life. Jeez. Alright, we actually lost the game. Somehow. It's kind of brutal. I mean, the Vengevine is not terribly impressive against us, but definitely did work that game. Right, get to be on the play. Kinda don't hate the idea of Kalitas after that game. Indeed, Phil. Indeed. Yeah, if there's Vengevines running around. Then Kalitas seems nice. I would agree with that. Let's trim some discard. Maybe this is leaving us a bit vulnerable to the combo, but also just like cut a Tracker. I think Tracker is great here though. Let's try this. I think I like this. We could have got another Bob actually. We're bringing in 2 4-drops. We get to keep a second Scooze. This seems nice. Still had a Planeswalker against them. If we draw Lily the Last Hope seems unreal against them. I don't know how they ever beat her. Just like their deck is X1 tribal. Alright. This hand is awkward. Where we're leaning on Edicts against their deck. If they can flood the board nicely, they're going to be able to play around Liliana, play through her, and potentially combo us, but I don't think this is a mulligan in any world. Classic black, green, black hand. This hand's fine. Obviously we lose to some stuff, but that's the case with most modern decks, with most hands, unless you're playing KCI. So. Like, Goyf into Edict on the play seems perfectly reasonable. Exactly, Shop. I'm glad you understand. Glad you're on the same page. Alright, incoming Devoted Druid. No Devoted Druid, nice. What are they planning on doing this turn? It's interesting. I guess they're congregationing in this turn. Alright, we're just gonna kill their birds. Simian Spirit Guide, Coco incoming, oh my lord. I think they're just congregationing. Which, like, I'm a bit surprised would be if that's in post board, considering we run Field of Ruins, but there's also like card disadvantage against us, which isn't great. But maybe the cards they find off at post board are just such high impact. Interesting. They're gonna cast 3 Vengevines in a row. Cool. You know what? Deal. I'm excited for this Kalitas. Yeah, this Kalitas is gonna be nice. We meant to plus Liliana. They have 3 Vengevines in their hand. I think I meant to plus her though. Oh, what do you mean, Harmonia? Oh, they're on top of the deck. You're right, I'm being silly. Yeah, means we can minus next turn twice with a Kalitas in play, which seems great. Agreed. Well, maybe I meant to hold this back to trade with a Vengevine. Now I can't protect Liliana. I'm really silly. This was really bad. I was meant to hold this back. This is fine. We still probably can't ever lose the game, but this was not ideal. I think I'm just gonna block Edict the Dryad Arbor, attack them for 1,000,000, play a Goyf. Like, we still can't ever lose, but that was obviously not ideal. Edict you. Play my 4/5. US boot. That would be absurd if Congregation at Dawn was instant speed, buried alive. That would be something. Hey there, Amy. That is a Vengevine. Also, you're dead. Also, you die now. Cool. They did seem pretty dead. You're not wrong. God, is this the fabled 4-1 league? The rarely heard of 4-1 with a black-green X deck instead of mono 3-2s. How am I? I'm doing pretty well, Amy. I'm doing pretty well. Feeling very motivated and positive at the moment, which is nice. When all your cards are good, it doesn't matter how you play them. Exactly. Deck's great. 4-1 just seems greedy. Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. Asking for too much. Cable out of my laptop. Oh, this thing is great. I actually think I prefer. Like, obviously we're winning more. What's gonna bias me? Honestly, think I legitimately prefer this to Jund. The Field of Ruins has been really nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa, I look away for one moment. I look away for one moment. Blue the Noob. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blue the Noob. For gifting all those subs. Autumn Oblivion. Yeah. That's incredible. Thank you for gifting those 5 subs to the channel, Blue the Noob. That is amazing. Everyone put some hearts in chat to show our thanks to Blue. Also to everyone who's subbed today or been gifted a sub today. We have a sub-only Discord. If you link your Twitch and Discord accounts, you'll be able to see it and access it. It's pretty chill. Oh my gosh, thank you, Blue. That makes sense, Blue. Thank you so much. I just want to mulligan this, find 2 lands. I'm actually kind of in for this. Lets us curve out nicely, 1 into 2 into 3. Ooh, a relic. So this is Tron. Well, this is not great for us. Unless the 3-2 snatched from our grasp. Or they can miss their land drop. You know, or they can do that. They're giving us hope, chat. They're giving us hope. Did they keep this on a 6? Apparently. I'm okay with it. You know? I'm alright with them keeping this. Good draw. It has power and toughness. I'll take it. Yeah, I have a lot of Field of Ruins too. Bad Tron creeps. Grump, 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 grump. Oh my god. Alright, alright. That's an expedition map. These Field of Ruins are a yikes. These Fatal Pushes are a yikes, I mean. The old Multifor. Time to field, I guess. I don't really want to give them green mana is the thing. Quite yet. So they clearly have green spells in hand that they can't cast. We know they don't have the third Tron land currently. So I kind of don't want to just like let them untap and field them on their end step. Also commits them to finding the tower, which means they only have 3 copies left. Just play Liliana. She is kind of a clock. I just feel like my creatures are going to kill them first, right? They're on a 3-turn clock to these, so I don't think Liliana changes things. Just gonna pass turn. Also, we get to make a clue this way too. Shop. I'm just gonna wait. If they draw a Tron piece, if they draw a tower, naturally we die. But you know, Tron things. I think not giving them green mana matters. What's my opinion on Infect in Modern? I think Infect in Modern is like fine. I don't think it's like a great deck, but it's very good against Krark Clan Ironworks, which is a really nice place to be at the moment. Like, I think the fact it's really good against Krark Clan Ironworks matters a lot. So, I think it's like a perfectly reasonable deck to choose to play. Take out the tower. This message sponsored by the Infect Cabal. Oh my god. Those sound like trustworthy people. We could take a Stirrings, or... Oh, we can also drain them for 2. I guess I just want to do this, and then I make my board lethal next turn. Right? Because then my board is... So we deal 5 plus 2 is 7, and then next turn we deal 6. Yeah, that seems great. Try and take their Stirrings, or what have you. Don't mind me just clicking the wrong modes. Oh, pitch Kalitas, that is nice. Jeez. I don't think we need to crack the clue. I think we're representing lethal next turn anyway. I think I just want to do this. Just to like try and represent lethal. Alright, we have to not let them have an O-Stone activation, which Scrying gives them an O-Stone activation. Stirrings doesn't. Because they need to hit specifically tower, so this might brick. So we have to take the Scrying on that basis. And just like cross our fingers they don't hit a tower. We're probably going to crack the relic now to stop our skews growing. It doesn't matter, Squirmet. If we'd hit one of these rather than the tower, they just wouldn't tap the tower. So it can matter in some situations, but this specific turn it does not matter for. Yeah. Oh. This is a solid yikes. Let's draw an Assassin's Trophy next turn, or a Field of Ruin. I don't get that, Squirmit. Yeah, scrying guarantees the most stone no matter what frontland we hit. If we hit something that isn't a tower, they just tap like forest, power plant, leave the tower untapped. So scrying would have guaranteed the most stone, regardless. It doesn't make any difference. I mean, we have trophies in our deck, so I'm kind of obliged to keep playing for like one more turn and pretend that we can win this. Because if we draw running trophies, we can answer like the Khan, and their Tron lands. We have Fatal Push for the Ballista. It's obviously not great for us though. Fair, we came really close to winning this game, considering we kept an opener with just like a Field of Ruin. No trophies. They did miss 2 land drops, don't mention that, Milkman. I'm trying to feel good about myself here. Yeah, we have 3 Fulminators, and we have Surgicals. Our sideboard is 2 Surgicals, 3 Fulminators. This matchup seems fine, Michael. Honestly. This matchup's probably fine. We have like so much LD in the main deck, and we have Surgicals and Fulminators coming in. Yeah, post sideboard's gonna be nice. For sure. Yeah, drawing 3 Fatal Pushes is like probably what cost us the game. Just like drew too many of that card. Alright. Need some good draw steps here. Like, imagine if one of these pushes had been a trophy. We'd have like easily won this game. So, it is what it is. Right. Let's bring in some playable Magic cards. Cut a couple pushes. Liliana Last Hope does nothing. Kalitas actually helps with Wormcoil, right? Do we want to keep in a Kalitas just because it helps with Wormcoil? I think we do. I'm now wondering if the second Kalitas is better than a Scavenging Ooze. On that basis. Which I'm unsure on. The Scavenging Oozes are quite bad. They are quite bad. They're just like very close to Grizzly Bear in this matchup. Yeah, I think I do too, Michael. I don't really like either at all. But I think Kalitas has upside. Just because Wormcoil is kind of an issue. Oh, Last Hope recurs Fulminators. Jeez, I didn't think about that at all. No, you're right, Freed. We should have Blast Hope in our deck still. We want Inquisitions. Yeah, Inquisitions can take Scrying and Stirrings to help slow down their Tron assemblage. It's not like a good card against them, but it's a fine card and better than stuff that we're boarding out. Alright. Sure. I guess this hand kinda does stuff. Can we just mulligan our opponent? I don't think that's allowed, Prince. So they played mine first. Yeah, it's a decent 6, for sure. Get to take them off both their Tron lands here. Or start taking up Lily, I guess. It's also pretty decent. They bought it in Fortnite against us. I never bought in Fortnite against the black-green decks when I'm playing Tron. They're just so bad against Liliana. Is the problem. When like your deck is like doesn't normally play into Liliana's Edict effect that badly. It's kind of surprising. Tower or mine? Tower is the annoying one from the perspective of it makes more mana and it's the later one they played, so they're less likely to have multiples of it. However, it's also the better one for them to play last. That's true. Both will be gone in a couple turns. I'm going to be Liliana-ing next turn, though, to get her ticking up. I think I'm just going to kill the tower. I'm never quite sure on these decisions, even having played it from the other side all the time. Always just feels so random. Yeah, it's half the power of Trophy Prince. Flip a coin wherever it lands is what you go for. Indeed. Alright, this is a very good start from us. We have the Lily Edict to deal with Fortnite. A Fulminator for one of their lands to cut them off Fortnite for a turn 2. Treetop gets to pressure them once we're hellbent. Treetop Village is so good. It's so much better than Hissing Quagmire. This card is like kind of unreasonable. Come on, Surgical. No, Field of Ruin. That's so rude. So rude. I guess we're just discarding the village now. Which is like fine. Discard village, blow up the mine. Field isn't a Tron land, this is true. You kind of want to keep the Treetop. There's like a bit of motivation too. It makes them use up their field, gets forests out of their deck. It also, like, if they don't play a Tron land, we might not be able to plus the trophy next turn either, which is awkward. We might not be able to plus the Lily, I mean, next turn. It's like weird, we're kind of rooting for them to play a Tron land, just so we can use this trophy. So that we can plus Lily. So strange. Hey. There we are. Isn't that just delightful? And we drew a threat. We're so lucky. So incredibly lucky. They play 5 forests typically. Some lists play 4. Apparently this list has drawn some number of forests. So that's suboptimal for them. They might play 2, they might have also just drawn them, which seems more likely. That is true, Amy. That is true. Plus my Liliana. Not interested in using my Lilialt as a Stone Rain, particularly. God, Liliana is so messed up against Tron on the play. Just like completely takes over the game. They have a Dismember? Sure. So this means they have max 4 forests in their deck. Yeah, they have 4 forests in their deck. Cool. No, you cannot cast Fort Not Seer with 4 forests. That's not how the card works. This is great. I'm having so much fun right now. This is truly delightful. I guess we just use this as a double Stone Rain. I don't really want to discard my Pulse. Getting them off Fragtusk is kind of nice. Are we playing against Tron or Mono Green? Good question. Your opponent can't possibly think they win from here, right? Who knows? I mean, they could win from here if we draw lands for the rest of the game, maybe. Wow, they chose the... I think they misclicked. I think they don't know how Liliana's ult works online. I think you want the free forests, right? 100%. Seems not ideal for them. Nice. This deck is called Mono Green Tron for a reason. Oh, that's great. The old Mono Forest Tron deck. Hey, nice expedition map you have there, opponent. It's a shame if something happened to it. Kinda hoping we get to ult this Lily again. I'm just like never gonna stop laughing about this game. This is great. No, Tarmogoyf, whatever will we do? However will we win the game against this Relic of Progenitus? I roll. Perfect draw. It really was. It really was. I like my O1, thank you. I'm glad you do too. I'm glad we're in agreement that my O1 is excellent. Alright, well, that makes the question of whether we ult very easy. I guess I attack first. Maybe I meant to ult the Lily, because then they will cycle their relic. Oh, they're doing it anyway. Cool. Well, rewarded, apparently. Now we get to eat all their cards, double Stone Ring them, and take the card from their hand. Which one do they have less of? They have less towers, right? We've been through a tower and 2 mines. So I want to split up the Tron lands and split up the forest. And the forest is better than the Sanctum. And tower is better than power plant. So this makes sense. Maybe we'll get a third Lily. Oh my god. That would be delightful. I think they're going to die to this Goyf before then, sadly. Good old turn 13. Whoa! Alright, opponent. I like what you're doing over there. Dece. Kinda wrecked. We're also just gonna die to this Goyf very quickly though. So you know, there's that. Dredge. Yeah, we're facing this new Dredge deck. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's all the rage. Tilt. Alright. Hey there, Steven. Good to see you. Trying to think of something you hate more than Dredge Tron. Oh my gosh. It does sound kind of nightmarish to face. This loam is nice. It's also not nearly good enough, but you know. I hope they let us untap. I want the third Liliana ultimate. Please let us untap. No. 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 This is just like the worst. I just wanted the third Liliana ult, you know? That's all I wanted. That game was great. Agree. So we decided we want Last Hope over Kalitas. Or over Scooze. So I think we do want the Last Hopes because of Fulminator. What is good in Modern? KCI and Spirits are good in Modern. Those are like probably the 2 best decks. Maximum Stone Rainage. There were a lot of Stone Rains. I'm worried that if I cut this, I'm just going to die to a Worm Coil. But that's a good approach, Nerons. I approve you saying such things to your ex-friend. Alright, let's try this. That's a good mull to 6 from us. It's like they never had more than 2 Tron lands in play. Oh, you reckon we cut a Brutality? Brutality's pretty bad against them, that's true, Freed. Maybe we're meant to do that instead. Tilt. Why isn't one of these a Field of Ruin? I think we have to mull this on 7. This doesn't do anything. Well, this doesn't really... I guess it has 2 fields. If they don't have the turn free, this is going to be fine. Obviously, if they have the turn free, we're in trouble, but... Alright, we are all in on them not having turn free Tron, apparently. Because I'm keeping that on top. Hey there, Nick. Good to see you. This is scary. Any Tron land and they have the turn free. Curse us being on the draw with our triple Stone Rain hand. Sanctum. It's not a Tron land. Yes. Yeah, oh my god. We can actually win this game. This is the dream. We're living in a dream world. Also, we drew the land for the trophy anyway. Just everything is great. I want to get the Bob going, I guess. That seems pretty nice. Rather than trophying them, since I'm going to get to field them next turn. Use Brutality, just because the Brutality is going to go dead pretty quickly. That makes sense. Yeah, I think drawing cards off Bob sounds great, though. Guess this lets them blister us when blister otherwise doesn't do much, but... Oh my god, Phil. Are there other Swedish judges who live in England? Alright, take down the power plant. It begins. Please don't have a Thoughtseer. As much as the Thoughtseers are better on the play, for sure. Better when you don't have a Liliana in hand. So it could actually be problematic here if they have one. Or their hand could just suck. Or that. One plus. That's a good answer. Jeez. Yeah, that worked out really well. The hand's just not very good. It's not going to cope with all the stone raining that's about to ensue. I think Field of Ruining Us is a mistake. They take out our creature land, but they take a forest out of their deck, which means these are going to stone rain them much sooner in the game. Taking a forest out of their deck is actually pretty bad for them, I think. Oh, or they could have Loam. Jeez, that's terrifying. Never mind, opponent's smart. Also, we're dead. This is so bad for us. So they returned field power plant. Yeah, we can Scooze here. Try and eat the loam and eat through their lands. I guess. Well, this exposes the field to their field, but that takes a basic out of their deck, so it's not the end of the world. So I think I'm fine with exposing the Field of Ruin. I don't want to field them yet, because that puts the land in the yard for the loam. You'd field them, Brutality them. What does Brutality hit? We know their cards in hand. Doesn't do anything. I guess we could drain them, but... Yeah, I think I just play the Scooze and say go. If they want to use mana fielding me, then I think that's fine. Because it gives me a green source so I can start eating through their yard. I'm pretty scared of this Wurmcoil. They're going to get up to the point of hard casting it. They're going to have enough lands for it. Amusingly, if this Brutality was a Kalitas, we'd be in a much better position. Because the Wurmcoil will be a lot less threatening. Jeez, this loam is doing work. It's really, really impressive. So much better than a Crucible would be. Just it being in play is threatening on its own. Got a forest. So I get to eat the loam from their yard, which is something. Yeah, they can't. And like everyone has so many claims in the mirror that Crucible ends up being really bad there. Alright, we need something good. I think that counts. So one coil's coming down next turn. Don't really know how we battle through this. What's in their hand at the moment? They have Power Plants, Mystery Card, and these two. They have 4 basics in their list. So we could cross our fingers that they draw a basic for turn and trophy them. It's obviously like pretty bad if they don't draw a basic for turn though. We could. Is this gonna end in right click concede, Michael? You think we can win through the coil? Maybe. And then the Khan comes down the turn after. Chance they drew the 1 forest is like 2%. Yeah. I mean, they also have this draw step, so it's like 5%. That is roughly what happens, Alex. Yes. That is my understanding. So I'm kind of tempted to trophy them. Just cross my fingers, because I don't know that we can win otherwise very easily. I don't know if that's just ridiculous. It's so unlikely to work. I just don't know how we actually grind through their hand, realistically, is the problem. If this was a Kalitas, we'd actually be in with a decent shot this game, I think. Which is like something to note. Like, we'd still be underdogs, but I think we could like win this game if this was a Kalitas rather than a Brutality. Or if the Skoos was a Kalitas, that would also work, and these were like the final 2 cards in boarding. Alright, gonna cross my fingers. Very unlikely to work, but... So they get to play the Power Plant, play the Worm. Alright, deck, I get the point. I get the point. This was a sad game to lose. We like fielded them twice and trophied them. Just like nowhere close. Because Tron is great. We can minus and hit Fulminator Mage, I guess. To stop them canning us. Yeah, minus Lily, see what I hit. Greed. Yep. I think we're just actual 0% from here. I guess they don't have the land for the Khan. As long as the Khan doesn't come down this turn, we can win. Alright. Like, the Bob can draw us out of this if we can fade the Khan for 1 turn, I believe. Cool. Let's move on with our lives. Let's ignore this. To be fair, this matchup felt very winnable compared to how it used to feel. Between fields and trophies, like, game 2 was just not even close. And that game was only close because they had Life from the Loam, which they maybe have like one copy of in their sideboard. So, actually felt a lot better for us than it used to, which is nice. Serra Angel, Glorious White Border. Alright, this is not the best pity chest ever. Called the free 2. Isn't everything a free 2 really though? If you look hard enough.